he lived there from 1981 to 1999. The very place, that road is named after him, and it will remain as a memory forever. On the commencement of the birth centenary, two events took place. The first in the Central Library in Panjim, where an exhibition of his books and articles were released and kept for people to view. And in the evening, the inaugural Aram Dis program was launched at the hands of the Governor of Goa, Shri Pillai, with the release of books written by him and also a function to declare that the centenarial whatever activities were planned. A lot of activities with journalists, because he was a journalist, he was an editor, with citizens, with people with whom he worked. So it was very important to introduce him to the younger generation as well. And what better way to introduce than to make the younger generation read about him and then show what they had read in a quiz that was conducted on the 1st of October. With the high schools and the higher secondaries and colleges of Goa, of which 500 students participated. So many more than that took part in the reading of literature, of books on him, written by him, which were made available to the various educational institutes. On the 10th of November 2024, there was a symposium on the changing trends in journalism, Kalchi Patrakarita, Phalachi Patrakarita. This was organized with the Goa Union of Journalists, and the entire journalist fraternity participated in this event, where the Vice Chancellor of the Goa University was the chief guest. On 6th January, on occasion of the Marathi Patrakar Din, the Goa Marathi Patrakar Sangh started awarding Lifetime Achievement Awards in the memory of Borkar, which will be given every year. On 9th February 2025, the Lakshmidas Borkar Smriti Patrakarita Puraskar was awarded to senior Konkani journalist Dilip Borkar. This has been given for many years. This was the 24th year that the award instituted by Lakshmidas Borkar family was given. 24 years. On the 21st and the 22nd of February, Sane Guruji Kathamala, which he was very much proactively involved in, the Janta Vidyalaya Trust and Lakshmidas Borkar Janam Shatabdi Samiti organized a workshop at the Janta High School in Mapsa on storytelling based on the National Education Policy's cultivation about reading, and also there was a school bag free happy education at school as a focus. Vaman Prabhu, senior journalist, gave the keynote address on Lakshmidas Borkar. On 27th and the 28th of February, the Sane Guruji Kathamala, Ravindra Bhavan Madgaon and Lakshmidas Borkar Janam Shatabdi Samaroh Samiti together organized a workshop, and at this workshop, Advocate Uday Bembre gave the keynote address on Lakshmidas Borkar. On 5th April in Mumbai, the Mumbai Marathi Patrakar Sangh organized a program at Azad Maidan, Mumbai. We need to remember that Lakshmidas Borkar was president of the Mumbai Marathi Patrakar Sangh in 1974. Our Honorable Minister Shripad Naik, Dr. Premanand Ramani graced the occasion, and the first digital book on Lakshmidas Borkar was released. Today, we are at the 12th event of this wonderful auditorium that is being inaugurated today at the hands of a very eminent chief guest, Dr. Anil Kakodkar. The IMA, which has the IMA Ponda's Charitable Trust, which has put up this wonderful facility to aid and serve the needy in health, has, supported the legacy of Lakshmidas Borkar by allowing this hall to be built by his son, Nitin Borkar, and the family. A beautiful hall. You will have noticed there are a lot of small intricacies. There is a lot of detailing. There is a lot of art for you to see around. We will notice it as it happens. May I now start with the formal function? And I would like to invite Dr. Dattaram Desai, President of the Goa IMA, Dr. Santosh Usgaonkar, President of the IMA Ponda Charitable Trust, and Dr. Ajay Pidnekar, President of the IMA Ponda, to escort the chief guest to the dais and all take their seats. May I invite the audience to put your hands together and तायांचो गडगडाट जावन दी. पावसान विसव घेतला पूण तायांचो गडगडाट नक्कीच जावन दी. We will start with the lighting of the lamp and offering of flowers to the portrait of Taram Desai, the IMA Goa State President. Requesting Neha, granddaughter of Lakshmidas Borkar, to offer flowers to Dr. Nitin Borkar, the convener of the Lakshmidas Borkar Janashatabdi Samaroh Committee. Request Nirvi, great granddaughter of Lakshmidas Borkar, to offer flowers to Dr. Ajay Pednekar, President of IMA Ponda. And request Lupa to please come up again to offer flowers to Dr. Santosh Usgaonkar, Chairman of the IMA Ponda Charitable Trust. Thank you, gentlemen. Now I request the Chairman of the IMA Ponda Charitable Trust, Dr. Usgaonkar, to welcome the gathering and present the vision of this very, very meaningful trust.
Good morning, everybody. On behalf of IMA Ponda Charitable Trust and Borkar family, I warmly welcome to our distinguished guest, Padma Vibhushan Dr. Anil Kakodkar, renowned scientist and former chairman of Atomic Energy Commission. I would also like to recognize the presence of IMA State President, Dr. Dattaram Desai, IMA Ponda President, Dr. Ajay Pednekar, and philanthropist and sponsorer, Dr. Nitin Borkar. Additionally, I wish to acknowledge the media representative and press and other dignitaries who are present in the audience. Today we have gathered here for the inauguration of Dnyanada, Swatantra Sainani Lakshmidas Borkar Memorial Auditorium, which will be officially handed over to IMA Ponda. Ponda was established almost 50 years back. To be more exact, it was in 28th October 1974. This is a branch which is most vibrant branch of IMA State. Since the inception, IMA Ponda was always involved in charitable activities. Looking at the 30 years of the charitable cause, Panara Komodat gifted us or leased us 5,000 square meter of land. In 2005, IMA Ponda Charitable Trust was formed with the intention to spread our charitable activity all over the Goa. The idea of IMA Ghar was conceived by Dr. Vallabh Daimodkar and unanimously approved by all trustees. It consists of community house, home for elderly citizens, palliative care, and also an auditorium. We thought of the palliative care because palliative care at that time was in infancy, and we were aware that the palliative care patients are on the rise. This we should gather from the patient whom we used to treat. If you compare at that time, only 1% of the patient of 54 lakhs were getting the palliative care. And ours was 38 institution. Before that, this was a recognized institution. Before that, there were 36 institutions all over India giving the palliative care. Palliative care was introduced in India in 1980. We thought of the palliative care on the Goa, another thing which happened, the Goa did not have a palliative care. Padma Shri L.G. D'Souza had started Shanti Avedan in Lotoli, which was taking care of cancer, which is quite ahead of our thinking. So we should thank him for being one of the party to the palliative care now. In 2011, Bandora Kumra leased us 5,000 square meter of land. To IMA Ponda Charitable Trust. We began our construction in 2013 and we finished in 2018. And it was inaugurated on 2018 in December month by Dr. Vishwajit Rane and Dr. Sudhin Davilkar. We started with 10 beds initially, slowly went to 20, 25, and now we are operating with 30 beds with almost 90% occupancy. I take this opportunity to thank all the donors who had donated us during the construction as well as in the operative phase of the Dilasa. To name few, we have Indico Remedies, Blue Cross Society, Iron Foundation, Bandekar, Putmizar, Goa Cancer Society, and MP led fund through Savaikar. Other people who have helped us are our well-wishers and people who have been with us, that is the doctor community, who has come out in the initial phase and we could build a ground floor and the first floor. Then the people started pouring in and slowly we could complete, but real phenomena was given, reverse start was given by a doctor who has been living in America, and he gave us 1.5 crore to start this or to end this project. And therefore his name is staying with the Dilasa now. I will fail in my duty if I don't say SBI Foundation donation of 1 crore, which they are given us last year to have the operative cost of the institution. In the past 5 years, we have assisted 2,850 beneficiaries. Out of that, home visit was 40%. 32% were inpatient and 28% were outpatient service. From January 24 to 25 January, we have served total 846 beneficiaries, which correspond to 21% of Goa population requiring the palliative care. Palliative care is an approach to improve the quality of life of person who is suffering from a life-threatening disease by addressing to their physical, emotional, psychological and spiritual angle and well-being. We originally designed this for 25. This was designed by by architect Girish from Ponda. He planned it well, so we could complete this hall today. Now we are running with 30, and we want to extend it 40 beds. Our dedicated team consists of 60 professionals which work round the clock. They are palliative care physicians, palliative care nurses, palliative care medical social worker, and other staff who work round the clock and give service and have a desirable effect and see that the patient in a terminal stage have a comfortable life and dignified way of exit also. I take this opportunity also to thank Nitin, Ms. Borkar, for providing us this auditorium, Dnyanada, which will significantly enhance our initiative aimed at promoting charity effort, especially in palliative care, cancer education, and various health educational programs. This auditorium will be first of its kind with a private venue to offer a state-of-art facility capable of hosting 150 participants for a palliative care and related educational program. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Borkar families and couple for their philanthropic support. We plan to now further our vision is to increase the strength of this. We plan to have one more premises for which we have put the application to the Commandant, which they have already granted the 5,000 square meter. We will have extension of Dilasa and make it to the tune of 50. But we are all aware, as we were aware also in the beginning, that it is not an easy task. To take care of 50 patients, we require a lot of doctors and nurses, as well as the management side we have to look after. Whatever it is, we are going to follow it that way and see that it goes to the that level. Other thing, we are going to have the fellowship in palliative care, for which we have got Dr. Ame, who is going to help us for getting this approval from the various boards and universities. I thank you once again for being here and gracing the occasion.
Thanks very much, Doctor, and to your team for the wonderful work you're doing. I now request Dr. Dattaram Desai, IMA Goa President, to address the gathering.
Respected Chief Guest of today's function, Dr. Anil Kakodkar ji, Mrs. Kakodkar, Chairman of IMA Ponda Charitable Trust, Dr. Santosh, IMA Ponda President, Dr. Ajay, Dr. Nitin and Vinda, with whose generosity and perseverance the IMA Ponda Charitable Trust is equipped with this beautiful Dnyanada auditorium, dignitaries present for this function, and my fellow men in IMA, ladies and gentlemen. I am feeling proud and privileged to attend this function as President of IMA Goa State, as well as a trustee of IMA Ponda Charitable Trust. Today is a very special day in the journey of IMA Ponda Charitable Trust because a state-of-the-art auditorium, Dnyanada, in memory of Swatantra Senani late Shri Lakshmidas Borkar, is inaugurated by our esteemed chief guest. It was a long-cherished dream of the trustees, which is being fulfilled by the Borkar family. I had fortune to see and listen to Shri Lakshmidas Borkar during my medical college days. Those were the wonderful days when Nitin and myself used to take active part in Kala Shuklendu activities like theatre. Nitin's father, Shri Lakshmidas Borkar, had accompanied Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia for the historical meeting at Margao on 18th June 1946. Am I right? Yes. And it was a turning point in the history of Goa's freedom struggle. We at IMA Ponda are lucky to have his memory at Dilasa and are grateful to Dr. Nitin, Mrs. Vinda and all those who have contributed to make this memorial hall a reality. IMA Goa is part of Pan India Association of Allopathic Doctors and has 7 branches. Every year, the baton of IMA Goa is shifted among the 7 branches, and this year, it is the turn of IMA Ponda. This year's theme is Care with Compassion, that's palliation. As we all know, death is inevitable, but everybody is afraid of the thought of death. IMA Ponda, through its project Dilasa, wants to make the death a dignified event. There are many life-threatening chronic illnesses which frighten the patient and his relatives. The foremost fear is of the pain and suffering. In Dilasa, we try to reduce pain and suffering and add life to the remaining period rather than adding years, months and days to life. This is the second such facility in India by Indian Medical Association, the first one being in Erode. We cater to patients suffering from cancer, stroke, Parkinsonism, ischemic heart disease, kidney diseases, dementia, and all sorts of things. When the medicines work less, but care with compassion works better. It is a team effort where along with doctors, nurses, psychologists, medical social workers give their service so that the person gets relieved of physical, psychological, social and spiritual stress. Advanced medical directives given by a patient earlier can avoid futile medication in the terminal stages. IMA Goa has been instrumental in formation of advanced medical directives as per Supreme Court guidelines. And Goa state is the first state in India in formulating such directives. IMA Goa has been trying to serve the Goan community to the best of its ability. Dilasa is one of the places of worship of humanity, and Dnyanada, the newly inaugurated auditorium, will help IMA Ponda to update the knowledge. Once again, I congratulate IMA Ponda and thank all those who have made this a reality. Dev Bare Kuru.
Thank you, Dr. Desai. I now would like to invite Mugdha to start an introduction of 3 persons we are felicitating who have contributed in a very major to this wonderful space that we have here. Sorry. Before that, I'll invite the person who has put all this together to shed light on his vision. He has been doing wonderful things, not just for his father's centenary, but he did it for Shankar Ramani. He has been trying to bring onto online space and platforms documentation of so many Konkani and Goan literary persons. He is doing wonderful work in his village of Bori. Truly a gifted Goan himself and somebody who believes in positive transformation. Put your hands together for Mr. Nitin Borkar.
नमस्कार. तुमकां सगळ्यांक मायमोगाचो येवकार. आयच्या भांगराळ्या दिसाचो तुमकां सगळ्यांक हांव परबी दिता. I'll stop my Konkani here. Okay. Let me welcome you all to this historic day at Dnyanada Swatantra Senani Lakshmidas Borkar Memorial Auditorium. Dnyanada is the goddess of knowledge, and I hope she resides here. IMA Charitable Trust new initiative now stands inaugurated by the pride of India, internationally recognized nuclear scientist, ex-chairman of Atomic Commission, Padma Vibhushan, Dr. Anil Kakodkar. We stand indebted to you, Dr. Kakodkar, to associate with IMA Ponda in their 51st year of service. Thanks, Anil Bab. On behalf of IMA Ponda family and Lakshmidas Borkar family, we thank you to spare time in your ever hectic schedule to inaugurate our Vastu. We are truly blessed. Why this auditorium? Dnyanada Auditorium, I understand, will be a knowledge incubator to all national IMAs who plan to benchmark the hospice, the palliative care center Dilasa, and also this place will help them set up new palliative care centers across India. I think indeed it's a very proud moment to all the IMA Ponda team. Dnyanada, according to us, is an investment by Lakshmidas Borkar family to foster knowledge in not only healthcare, but technology, science, management, art, humanities, commerce in the state of Goa. I'll give a little information about the way I see about IMA Ponda. IMA Ponda needs a pat on their back for their vision, pioneering projects like Dilasa and Disawa. How did that happen? It was sheer efforts by luminaries like Dr. Vallabh Dhaimodkar, Dr. Santosh Usgaonkar, Dr. Dattaram Desai, Dr. Purnima Usgaonkar, Dr. Ajay Pednekar, Dr. Subhash Shikarkar, I can go on and on. Their whole team has done excellent to see that they attain new heights every time. Kudos to the entire IMA Ponda team. Let me spend a few minutes shedding light on the life of my father, Lakshmidas Borkar. He spent 16 years of his early life as a freedom fighter of Goa. He is remembered to have led Dr. Ram Manohar Lohia and Dr. Julião Menezes, avoiding the Portuguese curfew from the Republic Hotel to the old bus stand, now Lohia Maidan. He used a buggy so that he could cover it on a rainy day, just like today, and that ignited the 18th June 1946 revolution. My father then was a 21-year young lad and was influenced by another freedom fighter of Goa, Sri Purushottam Keshav Kakodkar, illustrious father of an illustrious son of Goa, Dr. Anil Purushottam Kakodkar. Purushottam Bab, as he was called, Bhau, and my father had close association which lasted for more than 55 years. Luckily, the same family ties still continue to our generation too. What we see out of this is the names of Dr. Anil Purushottam Kakodkar and Lakshmidas Krishna Borkar today stand inscribed on the granite just in and it's a very, very proud moment for our family. Lakshmidas Borkar spent 51 years as a journalist working predominantly in Lok Satta in Mumbai and Navaprabha in Goa. On the occasion of his birth centenary, we have been establishing his archive, and just to tell you, in 5 newspapers from 1960 to 1999, we have located more than 6,000 pages which he wrote, and the work is still ongoing. During these years, Lakshmidas Borkar has worked for the community, nurturing social and professional institutions like the Goa Hindu Association, Sane Guruji Kathamala, which he worked with Prakash Mowadikar in Mumbai, and also in Goa with Prabhakar Busari and the team. Mumbai Marathi Patrakar Sangha also was something which he helped grow, and there were several other organizations. He was a founder member of Goa Marathi Patrakar Sangha and Goa Union of Journalists. Let me move to his writing work. He has written 16 books on different genres from 1947 to 1992. On 17th August 2024, at the hands of the Governor of Goa, the Konkani book, written 38 years ago, was published. The name is 18 June Ek Kranti Yatra. The book is a unique diary which accounts events for 3 years of freedom movement of Goa. Already it is translated in Hindi, Marathi, English, and will be released soon nationally. It is a strange coincidence that the book is now in a process to be translated in 7 foreign and Indian languages. Lakshmidas Borkar spent all his 74 years for the community as a freedom fighter, as a journalist, writer, and a social reformist. As we as a family of Lakshmidas Borkar, we feel very fortunate to invest his earnings back to the community in his memory by building this auditorium of IMA Ponda Charitable Trust. Also, we have conferred, as Praveen has said, that we conferred the Lakshmidas Borkar Smriti Puraskar for 24 years and scholarships in his memory to students of all Bori education have been given. A little bit about making of this auditorium. Let me first thank IMA Ponda Charitable Trust and their entire team to graciously work with our family during the construction of the auditorium. I will fail in my duty not to mention Goa's pioneer conservation architect Ketak Nasnorkar and ex-PWD head Datta Prasad Borkar to design the auditorium and help us in the rollout. We commenced the project somewhere in mid-December, and by end of March we had an auditorium completed. I wouldn't take any credit for that. Samir Surlakar, Blaise Brito, Advait Katkar, Rajesh Surlakar and several other service providers made it possible in record time. Thanks a million to all. Ashok Prabhu, Deepak Kantak, Dinar Mardholkar and their team of IMA administration helped us to keep a close eye on the daily working at the project. Special thanks to them. But nothing would have been possible without the blessings and support of the people of Goa. Let me thank you all to be here and share this special day in our life. Lastly, to the IMA Ponda family, I thank from my bottom of the heart that they have created a bond with the Lakshmidas Borkar family to establish Dnyanada. Thanks to you all for the fellowship. Thanks Dr. Kakodkar and Mrs. Kakodkar to bless us. Dev Barikaru.
Dev Barekaru tumka, Nitin Bab. Like he said, he has spelled out the vision for this wonderful Vastu, and 3 persons we would like to felicitate for their role in aligning to his vision and bringing it to such a beautiful reality. I would like to invite Mukta to introduce the first felicity.
Thank you, Praveen. Ketak Nasnorkar, architect from Architectural College of Goa, Masters in Architecture from School of Planning and Architecture, New Delhi. He is the first to start practice as a conservation architect in 2003. Over the years, he has served as an expert member of various committees and involved himself, whether independently or as an associate consultant, in restoring, rejuvenating various building types and surroundings, small and big houses, churches, temples, institutions, forts, etc., among others in Goa and around. The architect of Dnyanada has been a heritage protector of Goa. You see the valued design of auditorium, Sundar Patti, and motifs of the Goa's Kavi art at Dnyanada is the brainchild of architect Ketak. I request Dr. Anil Kakodkar to felicitate architect Ketak Nasnorkar on this occasion and give memento, shal and Srifar on behalf of Lakshmidas Borkar Janma Shatabdi Samiti.
And to introduce the next personality, I would like to invite Rajalakshmi.
It is my honor to introduce the next honoree of today's function, Engineer Datta Prasad Borkar. Sir has completed his Bachelor in Engineering in Civil Engineering, Masters in Engineering and Foundation. He joined Public Works Department, Goa in 1978 as a junior engineer and retired as a Principal Chief Engineer HOD in 2016. All major infrastructural projects in Goa, government buildings, bridges, highways, stadiums and water supply project has his stamps. He was the person to suggest and offer the structural design of Dnyanada without fees. I request Sir Dr. Anil Kakodkar to give the memento on behalf of Lakshmidas Borkar Janma Shatabdi Samiti to Engineer Dattaprasad Borkar on this occasion.
I invite Mugdha again for a pleasant task.
Dr. Vallabh Dhaimodkar. He is a very well-known doctor in Ponda as well as in the entire state of Goa. Anesthesiologist, occupational and industrial health, preventive and promotive health is his specialty. He started Occupational Health and Research Center in 1994 and is a medical director of Vidya Diagnostics. He is the founder chairman of Green Triangle Society. He has several awards for his dedicated services for the community. He is the longest serving secretary of IMA Ponda Charitable Trust. He is one of the visionary behind Dilasa and Visava projects. Dr. Dhaimodkar is the main reason the Borkar family has donated Dnyanada to IMA Ponda Charitable Trust. I request Dr. Anil Kakodkar to give the memento on behalf of Lakshmidas Janma Shatabdi Samiti to Dr. Vallabh Dhaimodkar on this occasion.
Please take your seat, gentlemen. Now to shed some light on a illustrious personality. Our chief guest today is well known, but it's the intricacies of any personality that are important that can inspire and influence others. His biography is Dr. Anil Kakodkar, a man with a mission. And that symbolizes his approach in life. A documentary on him done by Dhyanesh Mogi calls him Karma Yogi. That again is a reflection on his personality. A world-renowned nuclear physicist and mechanical engineer, he played a crucial role in India's nuclear program, serving as the chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission and being secretary to the Government of India Department of Atomic Energy from 2000 to 2009. Amongst his many achievements, we can identify that he was instrumental in developing India's nuclear reactor systems, including the pressurized heavy water reactor, and played a key role in the country's nuclear test in 74 and 1998. This, as we know, have made India a significant nuclear power in the world. He served as the director of the Bhabha Atomic Research Center from 1996 to 2000 and held various other leadership positions, including the chairman of the Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics and chairman of the Board of Governors of the Indian Institute of Technology, Mumbai. He has been, for his various achievements, been felicitated with difficult to count amount of doctorates from different universities, lots of felicitations, but I'll talk about the highest of him having received the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan and the Padma Vibhushan. He has published over 250 scientific papers and innumerable reports and has been recognized from several universities for doctorates conferred on him, including the IIT Bombay, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Delhi, He presently devotes his time primarily on issues related to energy, education, and societal development. On the energy front, he has been mentoring development of HALEU, high assay low enriched uranium based Anil, advanced nuclear energy for enriched life, which is a fuel to trigger a new way of nuclear power in emerging economy countries. If successful, this can address a key global developmental challenge while meeting the net zero targets. He has been propagating the concept of silage, a knowledge-based ecosystem for bridging city and village gaps for technology-enabled sustainable development and rural areas. I would recommend all of you strongly to visit his website, to read his biography, and to watch the documentary to know more and more about a great personality of Goa, of India, and of the world, Dr. Anil Kakodkar, as he steps up ahead to deliver his address. Please rise as he comes up, and let's, from our side, give him a standing ovation.
For that very generous introduction, and that has built a lot of pressure in me. I hope I don't disappoint all of you after raising this bar or the expectation so high. But thank you very much. Dr. Usgaonkar, Dr. Desai, Dr. Pednekar, and of course all important, my dear friend, Dr. Nitin, members of IMA Ponda Charitable Trust, IMA Ponda, members of medical fraternity from Goa and outside, all distinguished people present here, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me thank Nitin for this invitation and this opportunity to be here on this very important occasion. It brings memories of years when both of us, me and Nitin, or put it the other way, Kakodkar family and Borkar family, where we were children, we used to stay in the same building in Adarsh Nagar, Valli. And I used to very often, sometimes on a daily basis, of course you know editors have long schedules and they are more busy in evening hours because they have to write an editorial. But in spite of that, it was, being a family living, a family friend living just nearby in the same building. Both the flats were there, and of course I knew that he was a very distinguished editor of a very important Marathi daily in Mumbai. But the topic of conversation between us was not about what is the current topical news. It was not about politics, but it was simply
a close family connection, and the members of family, the larger joint family, the exchanges they have between them, and it was in that that framework, that style, that engagement was, and I still remember, particularly for us, because getting support from near and dear ones was a rare and difficult thing for us. And here was Lakshmidas Borkar, who was with us all along. So Nitin, thank you so much for bringing those days alive. Talking about the Lakshmidas Borkar centenary celebrations, which Dr. Borkar just kind of narrated to us. He has been telling me every detail, every time something happens. He has been a reporter of what all that was happening, and so although this is the first time I am able to come here for this an event, an important event as a part of the centenary celebration, but Nitin had made sure that I was made to feel a participant on all these events, some before the event, some after the event. And he has done this with, I think, significant amount of thinking, significant amount of sustaining and sort of making the legacy of Sri Lakshmidas Borkar more permanent, long living, and something that remains of value, of benefit to the society at large. I don't want to go into other events, but even this auditorium, I think what you meant was you are trying to create a knowledge legacy, not just the past, but also the future. And to be a part of this very important institution, the Visava and Dilasa, and that you have this facility, and it's clearly designed with a significant thought. Even this stage, the dimensions of this, it looks to me that it is not just for making speeches, but also for lots of activities, including performing arts, not only on part of those who have accomplished in their respective art forms, but also those who are living in this complex. That, making that as a part of their life, I'm sure would in itself be an important part of the efforts that this wonderful institution, Assisted Living Center for Senior Citizens, is aiming to achieve. And this would be, so there is a medical dimension, there is a psychological dimension, but I think there is also a larger human dimension to this. And I think this facility, the knowledge center, Dnyanada, should help fulfill that very important need. So again, congratulations to both the IMA Ponda segment of Indian Medical Association, IMA Ponda Charitable Trust, and of course the entire Borkar family. I must also compliment the architect. And I know designing such facilities requires much more than the brick and mortar and the geometry it involves. I have some exposure to what people call heritage architecture, and I know how important it is because these are signatures of history of times. This should become a signature of history of this time, when people maybe 50 years down the line, 100 years down the line, see this as a living facility. I just want to digress a little bit. The old yacht club in near Gateway of India in Mumbai, which is the headquarters of my Department of Atomic Energy. That building is a heritage building, and it has been restored to its own full glory because it's an old building. It is this building is as old as the Gateway of India itself, and I know what it means to deal with heritage structure. So I think these structures, they become a part and parcel of the not just the geography of the place, but also history of the place and the culture of the place. So I must compliment the architect for being a part of these efforts, and these are important in the cultural life of the societies that we live in. Talking about the palliative care, or the even more importantly the Dilasa part of palliative care. I know there are many formats, many forms which are being tried out, which are being thought through, which are being experimented by many people across the country, and this clearly is a need of time. It's actually arises out of the change in our family structure. This issue would still be there even in our older family structure, because there is that element of specialization, the expert support, and so you still need. But the family's framework as it used to be maybe 100 years ago or even earlier, one won't even think of having the elderly go anywhere else other than your own house, nor the elderly also would like to do that. Today, things have changed. We have gone to nuclear families. The houses themselves are not that large, so that's also a practical limitation. So in that, several new formats including the housing societies which take care of these needs are coming up. And there are facilities like this one which are coming up. So the point I wish to make is this has multiple dimensions. There is a dimension of professional expertise, bringing in the latest development in geriatric care to be brought to bear along with the necessary facilities and support system in this area. And also there is, as I mentioned earlier, a psychological dimension and also more importantly a human dimension. And I think this era of experimenting on these is still on. I don't think the final word is written as yet. There is, particularly in our country, there is a great movement towards trying to harmonize what we call as our tradition or traditional knowledge and the modernity and the modern knowledge and the needs of modern era. And in this process of harmonization, it's going on in a variety of areas, including the field of medicine. There are efforts to integrate, for example, allopathy with other traditional systems of medicine. And Ministry of Ayush, in fact, Goa has made a lot of contribution in the kind of development of that ministry. The point I'm making is there is this great exercise towards synthesizing what was old, what is new, and finding the best mean. And I'm sure in this area as well, this evolution which is going on, it's not final. It will. There are many possibilities which exist, but it's important. It's an indicator of a live society. There are some who kind of having done an activity sometimes for a lifetime, they come to the conclusion that that is the gold standard. And there are others, for them the final gold standard is yet to come. And I think, and again, I believe that there is merit in both these approaches, because you want things to happen in a stable transition mode, and not a violent. You suddenly drift to one side, then find, oh, that was wrong, then drift to the other side. You can't allow such violent oscillations in anything that we do in society. So stabilization is indeed very important, but at the same time we don't want to be fossilized. So I think it's always good to believe that the gold standard is yet to arrive. And I must congratulate the groups here, in fact all of you, who seem so committed to pursue this. First of all, of course, pursue this service, which is a problem that we need to handle here and now. But at the same time, keep abreast with times and continue evolution. Even in Goa, I am amazed that the societies here have created so many facilities. For example, if you look at the size of Goa and you look at not only the care of the elderly or the care of orphans or care of disabled or many such things, in society you have several things. But if you
count the number of institutions you have in Goa compared to size of Goa, and you count similarly number of similar institutions in other parts of the country compared to size of related society or size of related domains, I think the intensity of these activities in Goa seems to, I'm only talking from the impressions one forms listening to anecdotal information, but it seems to me that that intensity is much, much higher in Goa, and that actually is a signature of both sensitivity as well as desire to do something for the society of the people of Goa. And I think I must compliment all of you to be leaders in that area. Lastly, there is always a practical dimension. Idealism is one thing, but you want to take these ideas through in a realistic way. There is that practical dimension, and that's where professionalism does come in. And I think Goa is full of professionalism. There is no dearth of professionalism in Goa. So I think all of you, you certainly need to be thanked for all that you have done in past, all that you are doing now, and for your vision. And I do hope that Dnyanada, this auditorium, which on one side will perpetuate memory of a legendary figure like Sri Lakshmidas Borkar, but on the other side, this will make sure that this whole environment remains a live environment forever, and every 10 years something new will come out of this knowledge movement. I wish all of you great luck in doing so, and also contribute to better and better service to people of Goa, but also show the way to the rest of the country by being a leader in your domains for the country or maybe the world at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor, for a wonderful address. I'm sure all of us will strive to make lasting initiatives, lasting projects, as well as search for something new and not be fossilized. Thank you so much. Now I invite you to please come up in the front along with the rest of the dignitaries, and I request Vrinda Bhai to escort Mrs. Kakodkar also up here on stage for a pleasant task. Please come up in the front.
Our great personality, Dr. Anil Kakodkar, with a shawl, a sleeper, and present a memento on behalf of IMA Ponda. crafted palki. He said in